supposed to. Barry Bonds. This is my favorite story of the weekend. Look at Bonds, loves him. Take a listen to what he had to say about Rocky.
The reward is getting here. Okay. You know, he qualified, and that's the reward. It's like I sit there and say when I play baseball, it's just getting there. And I've been to a lot of playoffs, and I've been to the World Series. I never won for 22 years, and I kept trying. But the actual thing is just the work ethics, how you do, how you get there. And, you know, I'm just proud that he's here. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not looking at him, not nervous. I'm just proud that he did a great job and he qualified to get here.
You're a good dog dad, you know that?
Honestly, put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame just for that interview alone and Rocky's little wagging tail. I could not love the story anymore, and Barry Bonds may not have had any expectations, but I sure did. I thought he should have won the whole darn thing, but it turns out he got second place. He won Select Dog Honors, which basically is second place for male miniature schnauzers. Shout out to Rocky. Shout out to Barry Bonds. Great story. Wow Wow did not play.
Wow Wow didn't win. Hey, he didn't win, and I've got bad news. Rocky, first of all, legendary. Miniature Schnauzer, great dogs. Rest in peace, my great miniature Schnauzer, Mo. But let me show you the dog that did win. The dog that did win. Wasabi.
Pillow.
The Pekingese.
That's a nice dog.
Now, let me show you the very good boy that should have won. Look at this legend, Connor, the Old English Sheepdog. How does this guy not win? Put these two dogs side by side, please, and you tell me you're walking down the street. Which one do you stop and want to pet? Which one do you want to hang out with? The one that looks like a very good boy? Or the one that you're not even certain what species that is? No, they're not very intriguing. Wasabi the Pekingese. Stop giving the award to most unique haircut and give it to the best dog. Connor the Old English Sheepdog.
It's like perfectly groomed.
Give him his award.
No eye boogers.
Oh my God!
Look perfectly groomed.
No,
look at that legendary
eye
sheepdog.
boogers at Westminster. Time for drawing a blank. Le'Veon Bell played 9 seasons with the Chiefs. Didn't love it. Took to the gram this weekend to share his thoughts. Said, quote, "I'll never play for Andy Reid again. I'd retire first." Whoa, seems unnecessary, a little too much. So he took some heat for that. He said, "Look, I said what I said. I don't regret at all what I said. For those who have a personal problem with me because of what I said, that's fine. You have your right. Just understand I also have my right for how I feel about my personal problem with dude because of what he said to me." Okay, sure. Here's a little and simpler. Honey Badger comes in, says these fellas will blame everybody for their lack of success. That's how I know I'm built different. Nice. Throws in, gets a dig at Le'Veon Bell and a compliment to himself. Brandon, Le'Veon Bell's IG was what?
Another bad decision. And this is hard for me, right? Because a lot of times when we're talking about other people and their judgment, their lack of, being able to understand their self-awareness, we forget that we've also made bad decisions. But this is another bad decision by Le'Veon Bell. We got to talk about it. You go back to when he was in Pittsburgh. He was the best back in football. And then he wants to go on IG and, start rapping, get caught with this and that. And then he makes his decision to leave there. Like they had the Killer Bees? I mean, they were unstoppable. They could have won 2 Super Bowls together. And then he holds out. He doesn't play an entire year. And in retrospect, that was a bad decision. And then he chose the Jets over other teams he could have went to. Took less money, went to the Big Apple. Bad decision. Adam Gase. Did you not look at Adam Gase when he was in Denver and Miami? His backs never were super successful. And then he had an opportunity to leave and revitalize his career. And you had the Buffalo Bills sitting right there and Josh Allen, and you have Stephon Diggs. Like, you could have went in there and dominated. They wanted you. When someone wants you really bad, you go there first. And he decided to go to the Kansas City Chiefs first. Now, he went for the Super Bowl, which I respect him for that. But you got to get your career back on track. So you got to decide, do I go after the Super Bowl right now, or do I go get my career back on track so I'm not sitting in this situation in the offseason where no team wants me? I'm still unsigned. So it was another bad decision.
I think you make a lot of good points, Brandon. And before I give my answer, let me give it a shout out to the IG user Scumnazy, who got this whole back and forth started. Thank you, sir. You gave us good content. Nothing like 2021 media. It's like, hey, Scumnazy, what'd you say on Twitter? Now we've got a segment. I'm going to the Wise Book of Schlereth. Our friend Mark Schlereth Wilds has a very wise parable that I think applies to the Le'Veon Bell situation. And I'm going to have to censor it, but it is, if everywhere you go, it smells like bleep, maybe it's you. Lev Bell, I've supported you, but if you can't get along with Tomlin or Andy Reid, Gase I'll give you a pass for. Maybe it's a little bit of you. So I think Lev Bell, as he tries to now revitalize his career for a final time, is going to have to figure out how much has it been situation and how much has it been him.
I believe that's also called if you smelt it, you dealt it. But anyways. Hey, celebrity boxing is all the rage. So the Joker tries to get involved. Problem is, it's a basketball game. He got tossed for it. Game over, season over. Take a listen to what he had to say after the game.
I wanted to change the rhythm of the game. I wanted to give us some energy, maybe to change the whistle a little bit. So I tried to make a hard foul. Did I hit him? Did I hit him? Did I didn't hit him? We don't know. So I say sorry if I did, because I didn't do it. I didn't want to injure him or hit him in the head on purpose. So I watched the game in the locker room to cool off a little bit.
Brandon, Joker's ejection and the elimination loss was what?
Pulling the card too soon. What card, Brandon? The MVP card. Look, the ink hasn't even dried on the MVP trophy with his name on it. He should have waited another series or another game. This was way too soon. Now, here's the reality. No other MVP would have been thrown out the game. LeBron would have never got thrown out the game for this. Russ would have never got thrown out the game. Giannis, Harden, you go on and on. So this is the NBA totally disrespecting the MVP. Have they not realized that he is the MVP, Nick?
Wow. Well, I don't know. I sure haven't realized it. Wilds, I'm going to surprise you here. This is actually good for Joker. Multiple reasons. First reason it's good for Joker. He didn't have to suffer the embarrassment of watching the actual MVP light his team on fire for the quarter and a half remaining in that game, which Chris Paul did and was going to do either way. The other reason it's good for Joker is this. We now will have a reason to remember this MVP season. Otherwise, it's going to be lost to history. It's like, wait, what happened that year? A lot of people got hurt. Who won it? It's like, oh, I know who won it. The best player on a team that got swept in round 2 and got kicked out of his final game. That's who won it.